I'm not excluding Russia, because if I had my way, I would not make a league with Russia. Although I understand why Burkina Faso did it, there's an expression: the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, meaning you can use them for a while. So Russia is the enemy of America. Burkina Faso said, well, I'm going to make Russia my friend so America can stay off my back. Langley was demoted. He got a lot of backlash from blacks here in America. Everybody was getting on him. So now Trump now puts a white boy in place. I don't know the white boy's name, but God forbid he's successful in his attempts to murder Captain Ibrahim Traoré. God forbid. I really like him, and I think he is, as many have said, definitely following in the footsteps of Thomas Sankara of the 80s, who was assassinated by his best friend at the behest of European colonial powers. I do think Captain Ibrahim Traoré is following in his footsteps. And I wanted to read Ecclesiastes just to show you what sets a young man on that journey to do right by his people. Ecclesiastes 7:7, please.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Surely oppression makes a wise man mad. So you got to acknowledge yourself. You got to acknowledge that you are an oppressed person, an oppressed people. And that's something that Captain Ibrahim Traoré has definitely acknowledged, being a military man. He sees the oppression of his people and he wants to make change. Read that again for me.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Now, what does that part mean? A gift destroyeth the heart. A gift, for example, is money. America wanted, I'll say France. France wanted to give Captain Traoré money. Money is a gift. That's meant to silence you. That's meant for you not to see the evils that you see. That's meant for you to not to hear the evils that you hear. That's meant for you not to speak or speak against the evils that you know about. That's what a gift does. Many African leaders have taken gifts, foreign aid from France, America, Europe, Germany, and those men, those African leaders have not tried to assist, help, support their own people. What do many of them do? They buy mansions in France, mansions in America, mansions in Europe, and they send their children to the best of schools, go to the best hospitals. Meanwhile, thank you, back at the ranch, back at home, back in your state, in your country, all hell is breaking loose. There's poverty like you've never seen. So many African leaders have taken a gift, a financial gift. Read it again.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
A gift destroyeth the heart. A gift destroyeth the heart. So right now you have Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, who have made an association together, working together. And I'm proud. I get happy when I see that. If only other African countries can bear witness and see the importance of unity. They don't see the importance of unity. Why? Because they got that gift. They got that financial gift. Okay, just like during the time of Christ. Give me that in John 11:47. I'm going to show you something. John 11:47. Watch this.
The book of John, chapter 11 and verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
Christ does many miracles. Go ahead.
If we let him thus alone,
if we don't do something about Christ,
all men will believe on him.
Everybody, all the Israelites going to believe on him. Go ahead.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
Read that part again.
And the Romans
And the Romans. And the Romans. That's the white man. What would they do?
shall come and take away both our place.
That word place means their positions. Rome gave them positions. Go ahead.
And nation.
And take over our nation. So I read that to share with all of you. As it was during the time of Christ, so it is today. America, France, Britain, Germany, the Western European powers have given African leaders seats of authority, positions of authority. And they are told and allowed to use those seats however they see fit, as long as they allow colonial powers to come in, excavate, steal mineral resources from the land, don't see what they do, don't hear what they do, don't speak against what they do. So that many African leaders, I daggone say 95% of them, take that financial gift from European powers, and their own countries are shot to hell. Look miserable. The people are corrupt because the presidents, the leaders are corrupt. Hey, find me that one in the Sirach, as is the judge.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 1.
So we're in Ecclesiasticus, also called Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1.
A wise judge will instruct his people.
A wise judge will instruct his people. Like Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He's wise in a worldly sense. He's instructing his people. Manufacture your own clothes. Grow your own food. That's wise. That's wisdom. Don't depend on another race to take care of you. Read that again.
A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
And the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Prudent means wise or knowledgeable. So your government is well ordered when you have a man of wisdom and authority. Read on.
As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
So if the judge is corrupt, his officers are corrupt. Meaning what? If the president is corrupt, his whole cabinet is corrupt. Read.
And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
So what manner a man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. I'll give another example with that one. Name me a tribe. Any African tribe, I don't care. Give me a name.
Kisi.
Okay, the Kisi. Let's say the president is of the Kisi tribe. Just for example, right? And although that president might be corrupt, all the people in his tribe will say they will never speak again. They'll say, no, he's okay. Why? Because he's of my tribe. That's evil. That's wickedness.
Yes.
That's not of God. That's what they do, though. You're of my tribe, so therefore, no matter how wicked you are, I will support you. No, brothers and sisters, no. You know, I just found out this morning, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has a day once a week where everybody has to clean in front of their house. And if your house is dirty and the police have to come by your house to make you clean, once you clean in front of your house, they take you to another part of the city and make you clean somewhere else. Now that's some good stuff. Hey, show me the one about Rwanda? President Paul Kagame, correct me if I may be saying his name wrong, of Rwanda. Paul Kagame. He did this same thing every Friday. You must clean the city. The entire country must come out. Is that short? I just want a short, like a minute. Okay, what does it say? Can you read that?
Mandatory community cleaning of public spaces and cooperatives of women help keep the rubbish off Kigali's street, earning it the title of Africa's cleanest city.
You see that? That right there is so important. I've traveled throughout many countries in Africa and the Caribbean, And some countries, some Caribbean cities are filthy. Filthy. Liberia, filthy. Haiti, filthy. Even, believe it or not, even parts of America where black people live. Filthy. Hey, we got community cleanup. Can we look up community cleanup in America with us? IUIC. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to give y'all some time, Alicia. Find me the video. Read Ephesians 4:23.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
See that right there? Be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Now, you might ask, what does that mean? Africa needs development. Africa needs development. But before Africa can get development, Africa needs behavioral understanding. They need to be renewed in their mind. Why go outside your house and throw dirt, garbage in front of your house and the streets are dirty? Then talk about development. No, you need to learn to clean first. Clean where you live. Play me that. Wherever you got, Alicia. I just want to show the men cleaning.
CFA flushed from their pockets.
Come on.
Military base rents.
It's buffering. So be renewed in the spirit of your mind starts within. We got it? Play that.
It's surprising to see y'all come out here to do that, man.
Yeah, and we're a church organization. It's called Israel United in Christ.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Hey, Most High Christ bless. We're here at IUIC New Orleans in a place called Violet, Louisiana. We're here to clean up the neighborhoods where our people live at, all right? And so we're coming out of New Orleans. Violet as a town, probably about 20, 25 minutes southeast of New Orleans. And we're here because we want to make a difference, all right?
Yo, gotta do something. Them bricks. Yo, we gotta put in them bricks. Yo, we stay putting in bricks. Gotta put in them bricks.
I'm be happy to see like us come together in something that's like positive.
Nobody else doing, it might motivate them to stand their life.
We show the people that by renewing our minds, that we can clean up the physical trash of the neighborhood. It's symbolic what we can clean up our minds with the trash that's been taught to us here in America. We gotta come out of that.
Woo! Now that's some good stuff right there. So that's what President Paul Kagame is doing in Rwanda. That's what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso. That's what we're attempting here in America. We're in black and brown communities. Because before you can talk about development, before you can talk about economic success, you got to get your mind right and start to clean your house. I remember as a child, my mother used to tell my sisters, a dirty room means a dirty mind, and you got a dirty behind. Your butt means you don't wash your behind. Where you live is dirty, you don't clean your butt. You don't take care of your hair. You don't brush your teeth. So she instilled on us, and all of us, and I used to listen very well. Clean your room, clean where you live, clean yourself. And I see in a lot of black, and I'm not trying to be racist, but I see in a lot of black communities, America, Britain, Africa, the Caribbean, a lot of places where black people live is filthy. And it's not the white man throwing trash out there. It's no, don't come with that lie. It's nasty black people. Read Ephesians 4:23 again.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Mm-hmm. Give me Colossians 3 and 10.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 10. And have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him.
So we got to put on a new man. Today is a new day for all of us listening. Put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created him. You think God lays around in filth and squalor? No. You got to believe it's supremely clean. You won't find one trash. There's a country called, not Senegal. It's an Asian country where they whip you with a cane. Anybody know? Singapore. Thank you, Singapore. If a white boy went through there and dropped garbage on the ground, they beat him with a cane. They beat him with a cane. Yes, they said that's the penalty for littering in our country. Another one, graffiti. He took a spray can and graffitied on their walls. They beat him with a cane. See, unless, give me Hosea 5. I'm going to tell you something about black people. This is what God says about our people. We won't learn.
Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
So the Lord went to the heavens and stayed back up there. Go ahead.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
I ain't returning until they acknowledge their sins. Go ahead.
And seek my face.
And seek my face. Go ahead.
In their affliction.
In their affliction.
They will seek me early.
We have to be afflicted as a people. See what Paul Kagame is doing? The people are not out there willingly. He's fining them. Financial fines. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, he said, listen, if you don't do it, there's going to be a penalty because black people, I'm not saying all black people, a remnant of us are nasty, lazy, uneducated. And when we try to give you the proper understanding, you get mad at us like we're your enemies. Clean your house, clean where you live, comb your hair, brush your teeth. What is wrong with you? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I've been talking too long. Go ahead.
No, I get you. I get you. And you're talking about Traoré, you talk about the things he's doing. And building tomato processing plant, building
Yes.
the electric vehicle, cutting the budget, cutting business things, cutting wastage. I always say, just do what's right. Sometimes when you're a president, just do what's right. And you can only do what's right when you love your people. And you can see that Traoré loves his people.
Yes. And you know what? When you give those jobs to people, there must be a certain quality they must have, a certain level of understanding they must be willing to attain to get those positions in the tomato processing plant, thing like you just mentioned. Imagine you create this tomato processing plant and you get lazy black people in there. It'll go down. It's terrible. So the mentality must be, I want to do better, not just for myself, but for my people. My mind must be renewed. And that's like, I don't know if you ever heard of a man called Marcus Garvey.
Of course. He's
Can you put his picture up on his, with the 3 ships, Marcus Garvey and the 3 ships that he owned? I'm gonna show you something what happened. Marcus Garvey, and he had what was it called? Anybody know? What are the name of those ships? Black Star Line ships. Yes, can you put that on the screen? Yes, can you read that?
Marcus Garvey's Black Star Line ultimately acquired 3 ships, the Yarmouth, the Shady Side, and the Kanawha. The Yarmouth was the flagship and made its maiden voyage in November 1919. The other 2 ships, Shady Side and Kanawha, were acquired in addition to the Yarmouth.
Let's you type in what happened to those ships. Now I'm building somewhere. What happened to those ships? That's what I want to know. Just type in what happened to Marcus Garvey's ships. What? W-H-A-T? What happened to Marcus Garvey's ships? Ships. Read that.
Marcus Garvey's Black Star Line ships faced a series of misfortunes, including mismanagement, financial problems, and even sabotage, ultimately leading to their demise. The Shady Side, a Hudson River excursion boat, sank after developing leaks. The Kanawha, intended for Caribbean trade, suffered a boiler explosion on its maiden voyage and was eventually abandoned in Cuba. The Yarmouth, the Black Star Line's first ship, encountered issues with docking and longshoremen strike in Cuba.
So now I want to talk about that for a moment. When you read the history of Marcus Garvey, he did not hire or look for people who were, give me the word, adequate to take care of those ships. He hired his friends, people of his tribe, so to speak. I'm just using that word. People of his, I like you, you take care of the ships. But meanwhile, they have no learning, no education on how to drive a ship, how to properly take care of a ship. So what happened? And one ship got sabotaged by W.E.B. Du Bois, a jealous black man. But one of them sank. One guy went to his girlfriend's house. He took the ship to his girlfriend's house. You cannot have lazy, shiftless black people like that. They must be motivated. They must be inspired. They don't have to be the smartest, but they got to have a heart to learn, a mind to learn. Then once they learn, they're going to deal right. They're not going to take a ship, I'm going to go to my girlfriend's house and crash. They're not going to do stupid things like that. But that's what happened because Marcus Garvey put his friends of his tribe in control of these 3 ships. You can't make this stuff up. So that's what I said all that to say this. Going back to Captain Ibrahim Traoré. All that he's doing is good and admirable. But if you have mismanagement, like we just read, how Marcus Garvey had suffered misfortunes, including mismanagement, financial problems, and sabotage. When you have the wrong people in positions of authority, you'll suffer mismanagement, financial problems, and even sabotage. Those 3 things. That's what will happen. So you got to vet these people. Vet these people like for agriculture. Before you put people in an agricultural position, train them first. Train them. Once these people are trained to deal with agriculture, watch them to see whose heart is in it. And you don't watch yourself. Hire people to watch. Because you'll see somebody plant and then they'll be like this on the side. Yeah, well, they don't care. That person who's on a cell phone, yeah, man, what's going on, man? And meanwhile, they're not doing their job. They got to go. They got to go.
Yeah.
You got to fire them. That's what I'm saying. You have to fire them because they're not for the betterment of the country. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I understand. Like here in Kenya, I can tell you 80% of our leadership is totally incompetent and they don't know what the hell they're doing. And it's sad. Anyway, Bishop, what do you think about the U.S. And the West basically just trying to neutralize and try to eliminate Traoré?
Say it again.
What do you think about the West trying to kill Ibrahim Traoré through Africom?
Well, of course, I don't like it. Give me that in Ecclesiastes 4:1. Actually, go ahead. Say what you're going to say, Arima.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors, there was power, but they had no comforter.
So on the side of our oppressors, there is power. And this is why I see that Burkina Faso made a league with Russia, because they need power. They need power. They need power. They need military power to keep people to keep America and France off their necks. Psalms 140, watch this, and 1. Psalms 140 and 1. This is what it talks about the white man.
Psalms chapter 140 and verse 1.
And listen, I'm not excluding Russia, because if I had my way, I would not make a league with Russia. Although I understand why Burkina Faso did it, there's an expression. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, meaning you can use them for a while. So Russia is the enemy of America. Burkina Faso said, well, I'm going to make Russia my friend so America can stay off my back. Read Psalms 140 and 1.
Psalms chapter 140 and verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man.
The evil man is the white man. Let me say it again. The evil man in this context is the white man, starting with the United States of America, okay, and France.
Preserve me from the violent man.
Preserve me, Lord, from the violent man. Think about it. How did the white man get South Africa? Through violence. They did not vote for South Africa. They took it by violence. How did the white man get to the United States of America? By violence. They did not vote for it. They murdered millions of people here. How did they get Australia? By violence. They murdered millions of people. Black and brown people that originally lived there. Hey, how did they get Europe? They murdered. They took it by violence. When you read back during the 1300s, 1400s. Violence. Read that again.
Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
Continually are they gathered together for war.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. Bishop, if you don't mind, let's go back to Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Yes.
So with all the threats, and then of course with Michael Langley getting demoted, and now they've put a white boy in charge of Africom, do you think that this white boy might actually do the job? Because if you ask me, I think the black general, Michael Langley, was demoted because he handled the whole situation poorly and he didn't do the job well, which is neutralizing and eliminating Traoré.
Yes.
Do you think that this white boy can actually, might actually finish the job? God forbid, God forbid.
God forbid. But yes, Langley was demoted. He got a lot of backlash from blacks here in America, letting him know he's a coon. He's a kiss ass for Trump. He's against his people. So he got a lot of, what's the word?
Backlash.
Backlash, the only thing I could think of, from the black communities out here in America. Everybody was getting on him. So now Trump now puts a white boy in place. I don't know the white boy's name, but God forbid he's successful in his attempts to murder Captain Ibrahim Traoré. God forbid. And this is why we must pray for vengeance upon our enemies according to Jesus Christ. Give me that in Luke 18. I got to show you. Most people don't realize you are supposed to pray to God to kill, destroy your enemies. Oh, I know you never heard that before. Luke 18. Watch this. And 1.
Luke chapter 18 and verse 1.
Wait. Let me get it. Okay, go ahead.
And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not faint. Saying,
Men ought always to pray and not faint. Don't give up. Faint means you lost consciousness and you gave up. Don't faint. Don't give up. So he's talking about prayer. But what kind of prayer? Is he talking about God give me a new car? God give me a new wife with a big butt? Is that what he's talking about? Let's see. Read.
Verse 2. Saying, there was in a city a judge, which feared not God, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city.
There was a widow in that city. So this judge represents God. But who does the widow represent? Give me that in Lamentations 1 and 1. I'm going to show you. Who does the widow represent? A widow is a woman who lost her husband. Who does she represent in this parable? Lamentations 1 verse 1.
Lamentations chapter 1 and verse 1. How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow?
How is she become as a widow?
She that was great among the nations.
She that was great among the nations.
And princess among the provinces.
Go ahead.
How is she become tributary?
How is she become tributary? Go ahead.
She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she hath none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies.
Go ahead.
Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction.
So this widow represents Judah. This widow here represents Judah. Isaiah 54 and 4. Real quick, I'm just showing you something. Isaiah 54 and 4.
Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 4. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and thou shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore.
So we won't remember the reproach of our widowhood. Read on.
For thy maker is thine husband, and the Lord of hosts is his name.
The Lord of hosts is his name. That's our husband. Go ahead.
And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Where Israel? Go ahead.
The God of the whole earth shall he be called.
Now, one of those precepts to show you that the widow represents Israel, the nation of Israel, the tribe of Judah. So when we go back to Luke 18 and verse 3 again.
Luke chapter 18 and verse 3. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, Avenge me of mine adversary.
What did she say to him?
Avenge me of mine adversary.
Avenge me of my enemy. Go ahead.
And he would not for a while.
So the judge didn't listen to her for a while.
But afterward, he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me.
Yet because this widow troubleth me. Meaning she constantly kept saying, avenge me of my enemy. Avenge me of my adversary. She kept coming to him every day, every morning, every afternoon, every night. She was bugging him. Read that part again.
Yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith.
Now listen to the next verse. Christ is going to explain the parable.
And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them?
Shall not God avenge his own elect, meaning us? So we're supposed to pray for vengeance against our adversaries. But there's no church doing that. There's no religions doing that. This is why things go on in the world, because in Kenya, they're fighting each other. They're not praying against the white man to get vengeance. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's being obedient to Jesus Christ, the Son of God, our maker, our creator. No one's being obedient to pray for vengeance against our adversaries. But here at Israel United in Christ, we are being obedient. We are praying day by day, Lord, avenge us of our enemies, avenge us of our adversaries. Why? Because we see the oppression everywhere, not just in America, but worldwide. So we're praying to God over and over and over. And we know that one day coming soon, the Lord is going to say, you know what? They keep bugging me. They keep praying to me about this. I'm going to answer their prayer. I'm going to answer their prayer. And that's what all of you must do. Every black man, every black woman, brown man, brown woman, pray for vengeance against the enemies of our people. Those same people that oppress us from sunup to sundown. Those same enemies that smile in our faces and stab us in the back. Those same enemies. Go ahead, Irene, I'm sorry.
Well, Bishop, about Traoré, I think the title of this video is May God Protect Captain Ibrahim Traoré. That should be the title, and I really mean that, because he is the only, he is one of the few that I can count with my hands that are actually doing the work and that are actually representing African people well. I don't see many. In fact, 90% are just. I mean, do you know the president and the vice president of Equatorial Guinea, father and son? And the vice president just goes around flashing his wealth, private jets, and everything, and people are sleeping hungry. I mean, that's the continent we live in. And yes. I just hope, yes, Bishop, and I just pray that Traoré, just may God protect Ibrahim Traoré. I pray for Traoré, like I pray for him every chance I get, because I'm really passionate. I'm really passionate about us African people globally. So Bishop, Yes. Yes. Go on. Go on. Go on, please. Yes.
No, I was just going to say that Hosea 3 and 5, if I'm not mistaken, I just want to share something with you.
Hosea chapter 3 and verse 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days.
What we often see is that when every man that we look to throughout history to save us from oppression was assassinated, like Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba. Yes, I'm going to throw in there Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah, I'm going to say he was assassinated too, because he had to flee for his life. So I'm going to throw him in there too. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey. What we have never done is look to the Lord for our help, to be our king.